see, every time I hit the button, I then look and see, oh, look, there's the name of the show we're recording, and there's the icon for it. And there's the episode number, and there's the date. That's last week's date. Oh no.
I'm pretty sure we did an outro last week.
I'm pretty sure we did also. Also, there was lots of telekinesis. And there may have been some lightning. There may have been some pointing a lightsaber staff directly at a monster wearing a lab coat and then pressing the button while invisible.
Yep. That would be why this one is at minus 16 to health. Did you push the button, Crash?
I did push the button.
I thought so.
That's why I went
This is
into the recap.
Beth. That's what I thought. Welcome to GURPS Wars. Homebrew GURPS Star Wars with Crash and Ellie and EO, and Crash is doing the recap that there was combat because they're on this station with lab animals who are using force powers at them periodically, and they found humanoids, that seem to have once been wearing the remnants of clothes. It's tragic, really, I'm sure. Also, it was not fashionable clothing. That's even more tragic. So, also, people, listeners may remember that I was meebling about what the various penalties and damages and whatnot for throwing people into walls should be for telekinesis. And because the GURPS Wars, quote, rule set, unquote, is a homebrew, that means it's in constant playtest. We are playing and we test it, and I have made new rules. Pray I do not have to adjust them further. So poor Ran is now going to have to take penalties, not very big penalties, depending on how much damage he wants to happen to a target when it finally hits a wall or a ceiling.
And
or
I immediately went for the -10 penalty to see what would happen, made it by 5. But this was a test roll, not an actual we're in combat roll. So we'll see.
We'll see how this goes.
I think we ended the session at the end of a round of combat as well.
I believe that is accurate.
It also looks like all three of the Ratcools is not in the initiative order. They don't have numbers.
They should have numbers. They have numbers on mine. I see them.
Okay. Well, so long as you see them, that's what's important because you're the one keeping track and telling us when our turn is.
That's true. I will have to click through them. Okay. I'm going to go back.
Hey, no, you stay underneath that table that I threw. You stay there.
That was an accident. That was an accidental.
If you get up and move, I'll move you for you, which doesn't sound like much of a threat because you don't know me.
Yeah, okay. I think it sounds like a threat.
You know me.
Let me whack. I'm just going to start at the top of the combat. Combat while I throw the cat off the table because he's trying to paw me. Okay.
Kitty wants initiative.
Kitty has a lot of initiative, possibly too much initiative. Okay, that Ratcool. I'm going to go back to private GM rolls now. And Tuxa has made a will roll success. Okay, that's there.
I think that roll was in Tuxa showing off that she'd leveled up her will, because that's cheaper at this point than leveling up her force abilities.
Indeed. At some point, I'm probably going to have to determine whether I am going to be capping will or not for such purposes, but I will not determine that right now. I think there's a rule in Supers about capping some stats as, yes, you can have them higher so you can soak penalties, but they only provide other bonuses as if 20. Okay, that one... There was one that basically got slightly squished between the table and the wall. Let me just... Yep, that's the one. Let me just check how many hit points it has left. Oh, it actually has some hit points left. This one does not like Ran. Is Ran visible right now? Is no one visible? Is that what that little dot is?
No, I dropped the cloak.
It became clear that we weren't trying to sneak past.
Oh, I know it is. The dot means that you're in combat, I think.
Ah.
Because these guys have it too.
It shows what maneuver we are picking. But we are not using the base combat rules, and therefore...
We don't have to pick maneuvers. I mean, unless you feel like it.
I don't even have a flag.
I'm kind of surprised.
Right. Base. Capture the flag.
I mean, I am the military one,
It-
so you'd think I'd have a flag. It's
Yeah.
on the uniform, but you don't go waving your shoulder
It's-
around to claim a territory.
Yeah, it's an Eddie Izzard joke. He enjoys pronouncing the word maneuvers. She.
It puts on a burst of speed, which it can do because it has an annoying health, and dashes up to be right in Rand's face.
Well, hello there.
Did I really make them have that high a brawling skill?
No,
I
you
guess
don't
I must
understand.
have.
When a force sensitive says hello there, that does not bode well for you. You should run. Away, not towards.
Unfortunately,
They haven't seen
That's-
that movie. I understand. It's not going to come out for a long, long time. And only in a galaxy far, far away.
let's see. If I target that... Nope, that's not going to work. Okay. I'll just have to... It would like to bite you.
I refuse.
Well, you will unfortunately have to make a dodge roll because it succeeded. Dodge
Or parry with
Par-
his
or parry.
lightsaber.
or parry with your lightsaber. Is your lightsaber even lit?
I believe we were using lightsabers as light sources, which was hilarious because we were also invisible.
Oh, that's true. Why is there a glowing light coming down the hallway?
It's a will-o-wisp.
Really?
Might I use telekinesis self or telekinesis other to assist with dodging or parrying, as the case may be?
Self would assist with dodge, yes.
I thought you
Other-
needed combat adept for that.
Let me double check my notes. Listeners, that's probably a list on the...
There is a square on the bingo card for hold on, I need to look something up. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
I know previously you have allowed me to use a telekinesis roll to try to help avoid damage, but perpetual homebrew development has already been referenced this session. So
The last thing that I had as a note is that telekinesis self can, in fact,
you have pasted
it does
a
it references
blank
dodges.
image.
It is not actually a blank image. If you opened in the browser, it's Word being an absolute diva. That if I paste something, you get black text, and if you're in night mode, it has no background. So if you click it, then it's suddenly dark. Yes, thank you, Ellie.
Jumping over enemies is still risky if you like having feet. Is actual text that is included. And
Yeah,
I appreciate this.
I mean, jumping over people is
So
having the high ground is
I'm not trying to jump, I'm trying to moonwalk. Or space station walk, as the case may be.
It might be worth noting that you are, in fact, up against a wall.
Well, yes. And Tuxa is in one direction, but I can slide in the other direction. It is, as they say,
can.
just a jump to the left. Banter aside, am I allowed to press a button for telekinesis
Yes.
self to make this easier?
I think so.
What's dodge usually based on?
Dodge is usually you have made your success by 9. What did you roll anyway? You rolled a 10. That would have... I think that will... The rolls are such that no matter how fiddly we got, it would be a success with any kind of bonus. Dodge is usually based on
Basic speed.
basic speed with
Plus
a...
3.
and it's apparently rounding up.
So, and basic
Oh, no, it's not
speed
rounding up. It's
is-
getting a bonus from combat reflexes. That's what it is.
Basic speed is HT plus dex divided by 4.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if I should turn dodge into a division of basically force dodge, where it's based off of.
Trying to do math on that is making my head hurt, so I propose that we use the parry rules for that.
Nevertheless, it made the thing. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I'm assuming
You
I
are using
misunderstand a lot. However, if the GURPS engine in Foundry has anything to say for how I pressed the wrong buttons, my new target number was that of a crit fail.
Hmm.
I suspect that that's not how I would normally do it, but it will certainly work for now, and I will do some math on that and give you a better way to do that later. I hear static. Okay. However, I am going to ask that you move at least one hex in a different direction to account for jumping like up and sideways like a startled cat.
Oh,
Or
no, I renamed my
vaulting, or
telekinesis
doing
other
a
ability to I make this look easy.
startled cats can make it look very easy when
Well,
they're sitting on the
the
cord and
startled
you
cat
tug on it.
assumes a posture afterwards, as if to say, I meant to do this the whole time. But they're flailing in the process. It's only afterwards that they ignore that the process occurred.
I've actually seen one of my cats. He was sitting on a phone cord, and I twitched the phone cord under him, and he obviously felt it. And he basically went, levitated 2 feet up and came down going, "What was that?" But he was very graceful. So,
Okay,
he just levitated. He didn't flail.
I do the whole
You've been around a
anime
bunch of cats.
protagonist character dodging an attack thing, and then we move on to the next monster because there's a lot more combat to
'cause
happen.
That is true. This monster right here. This monster right here is staying hiding behind the table. Who knows what
That's
it
the
is
smart
doing?
one.
Perhaps it is. Well, you never know what it might be doing there. Let me go. Next turn. Dump nets. This one. This one is going to see if it can stay conscious. That would be a no. This one slumps to the ground. I will assign a status effect.
That one has status effect, taking a brief nap.
Certainly if Sen has anything to do with it. Sen, you're up.
Oh, good.
That one was snarling, then its tiny little eyes got even harder to see as they closed, and it slumped down, thud, next to this here hatch in the floor. You have a plethora of targets you can see.
I'm going to take a -2 penalty to make a deceptive attack against this one.
Okay.
The one that is trying to bite Ran.
Okay. That makes
And
it
that will
by
be a
9.
-1 to its dodge.
All right. I will. I will just roll it and know that I have a. It made it, exactly. Somehow, this horrible creature dodged you.
Terrible.
Terrible. Anything else?
No.
You have. Okay. Ran,
Well,
you're up.
someone has gifted Ran some new house rules and a wall.
There's several walls, actually, from where you stand.
Yes, but
It's
I
not
like
a
that
square
wall that's
room.
all the way to the south.
The one with the tables piled up next to it?
Yeah, I'm thinking of aiming for here,
Okay.
thereabouts,
All right.
because tables have crumple zones.
That's
Walls
true.
don't tend to.
I'm going to say that part of the rules, not the part that you found important, is that your absolute degree of success, unpenalized, will be the number of hexes that it moves. If it moves less than that, it will not impact, so it will only do a minor amount of whiplash damage. On the other hand, we know that you have telekinesis 22 or whatnot, so you could probably make that number of hexes.
I would have actually to correct you, but you are correct. It is exactly telekinesis other 22.
Yes.
And
I remember.
I'm not going to take a penalty for this for trying to throw harder, possibly because Ran has decided you are in my face and I do not want you to be.
It's reasonable.
And that's a made by 11. I could have taken a penalty.
You could have. You could have. You are throwing it back up to 11 hexes. Let's see. Can you tap the place that you want it to hit now?
Well, if we're going to move them in a straight line that doesn't require slight
Straight-ish.
changes because hex map, then having them smack right here would make it be a straight line and be within 11 hexes.
Bam.
South wall, corner pocket.
Okay. You have done. It has moved that. You took zero penalty. Full zero penalty, or did you want to take that -2? Let me
I
double check
didn't
my new
add
house
any
rules.
penalty for that.
Okay.
So
In that case,
the goal was, there were 2 goals. Goal 1 was get out of my face. Goal 2 was take damage. So I didn't take a penalty to throw harder because then I might not have been able to throw them as far. So how many d6 am I rolling and what's the minus to it?
check. Okay. Give me a. This is not quite my house rules, but I'm going to see how this works in play. This is going to be a. Basically, you threw it up against the wall. I'm going to do a double check what I wrote. I mean, you made it by enough that you would have hit it anyway. Do you want to retroactively take that -2? Because that will give you 9d4
Sure.
minus 9 times 4. And that would make it easier on my math.
Say those numbers again so I can type them in properly.
9d4
9d4
minus
minus,
4 times 9.
so 36.
Yeah. Don't ask me to do math. Don't ask me to do math.
I
Math
was
is-
told there would be
I was
no
told
math.
there'd be no math. Yeah, I was told there'd be no math. I'm the GM. I was told. Oh,
I heal them for 16 points.
right. I shouldn't have done a d4. That was my minus. Please do that again with a d6, not a d4. GURPS has no d4s. I'm
Also,
Yeah.
why is Rotini
my
rolling
mouth did a
damage?
thi- Huh?
Why
is
is
I don't
Rotini-
know why routine. Because you're
Because
still
you have
listed as
Rotini
Rotini.
selected as your character.
It's hilarious. 96 minus 36.
Yes. That
Oh, there was no way I was going to get a positive number with that.
With the d4s? No.
No, there
You
was
could not.
absolutely no. Oh my God. I was told there would be no math.
Halifax
I heal
Pier.
for 5 points.
It goes whoof, and let's
Their
see.
back
does it
cracks.
actually match?
They now are standing slightly taller.
That would be
I
about right because it actually made both an HT roll to not get knocked over, to not get its breath knocked out, and it made a dex roll to not fall over.
In 4 to 6 weeks after insurance takes a look, they're going to get a bill from me under chiropractor.
Fair enough. Do you want to do any movement, Ran?
Oh, no, I'm happy where I am.
Okay. Antuxa.
The one south of Sononi is unconscious.
Seems to have slumped down rather bonelessly. It has not,
Okay.
vanished into decaying bits of things, so it may not be dead. No, wait. That was
Then
something
I will
else.
take a risk.
Okay. You have moved to stand next to it. Oh, you're touching it.
I want to get to one of I want to get to one of these before it decays into nothing. It's
You
very
made
rude.
Yes, it is. You made a psychometry by 6. This you have flashes of. I will put the flashes in chronological order thereabouts. The day-to-day routine of going around injecting things with toxins or cures or whatnot, all the animals, caring for them, running tests, doing things on computers, and then there's something They're rampaging. They're rampaging through. They're horrible things. The horrible rats, the womp rats are coming, and they're screaming and knocked over, and things are biting, and then the rats are scared away by something else that comes chasing after them with a glowing weapon, a glowing hand weapon, and then everything is fever and headache and pain and confusion, so much confusion, and then there's just confused and hungry and pack, and there's a pack hierarchy, but you fit into it. And then there's intruders. Intruders have to be bitten and maybe eaten. You're not sure. One of those.
Well, I think we found some of the scientists, but don't let them bite you. Your lightsabers, those are fine to bite.
The lightsabers are probably not going to endure a horrible transformation into a rather spiky humanoid thing.
We have
Yes.
space werewolves.
Yeah, except you never turn back.
They're space zombies.
Fast space zombies.
Spombies.
I've moved and taken an action, so that's my turn.
Okay. Next round is Angry One. Angry One is very angry and is going
Well, I'm
to
not
make
gonna
an
talk
IQ
him.
roll. That's a bad failure on the IQ. Yes, and so you will probably get that their IQ, the IQ of the one you touched, is not really on a normal adult sapien level.
Gotcha.
Full of cunning, but not precisely sapien entirely anymore. What's your move here? Yeah, I thought so.
They can think, but they can't, think.
It runs up a little bit and grabs a chair and attempts to throw a chair at Ran. And that's actually...
It runs up a little bit, grabs a chair, turns it around, and sits down. Hi, let's talk about being a raccoon.
Sadly, no. This one has not retained intelligence either. Ran, would you care to dodge a chair being flung at you?
Can I do it in a cool way?
Yes. Give me... What is your telekinesis self?
Telekinesis self is 19.
Give me a... I'll just add the... Give me a dodge roll, and if you fail it by a huge amount, then boo, and if you fail it by a small amount, no, you don't.
It's a shame we don't have rules for me just throwing it back at them.
You can give me a telekinesis other roll at -5.
Oh, only -5?
Yeah, I'll do only -5 right now. I might consider later, but, you have
Made
caught
by
the chair.
4.
Can we make that your active defense so that now you have a chair? And you can fling it on your turn.
It hovers in front of me as if I was holding it like a stereotypical lion tamer, except I'm not actually holding it.
Mm-hmm. You might have your hand up. I'm going to draw a circle. It's a little circle. And I'm going to make it have a color that is a different color. It will not be green because I'm not daft.
You want a chair, so wouldn't it be an H?
Well, it's going to be a circle because those are faster for me to draw. Oh, I see.
There.
If
Here. Have a chair.
Okay. Let me see if I can actually
gonna
move
put
the
that.
chair around. All
I can move the chair.
right. Well, okay. I'll move that one away so that if I need it.
Oh, I can
Here is your
rescale the chair. I can cast enlarge reduce on the chair. I should not be given this power.
I'm going to put the chair.
I have
Oh,
put
hey,
the
we
chair.
can swap it. We can.
Ah!
Okay.
Are we both moving the chair?
Yes.
Are we having
I
chair
think I want
wars?
the chair there. Yes. Let's put the chair there. Okay. Let me go back to token control so I don't do more things with the chair. Pray I do not alter it further. Which one is this?
Oh, it took
That
me
one
way
is-
too long to learn I needed to click away from the drawing tools.
Yeah. I mean, the other creature comes out and discovers that there are a plethora of targets and stops to snarl at all of you. Unfortunately, it doesn't have enough move to get at any of you.
Oh, you dear
That
creature.
one is down.
You're in line of sight of one of your compatriots. Bless your heart.
Mm-hmm. Sen, your turn.
I'm going to do something a little bit.
Sen?
Yes.
Well, that's the description. You're going to do something very sen.
Do something a little bit.
A little bit unusual. Possibly a little bit risky.
I stand by my description.
I am going to make a rapid strike.
Okay.
If I can get this thing to let me apply a penalty that isn't on the list.
You can tell me what the penalty is and how much you have to make it by.
Oh, I see it. It is on the list.
I think you know more about the combat abilities of Foundry than I do. That's a nice made by 5. Rolled 3, 3, 1. Mm-hmm. And just made it.
I have attacked this one twice.
Well, it's going to get at least 1 dodge,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to fail that dodge. I suppose it gets a chance. Let's see. What's the penalty on multiple dodges?
I don't know. I don't know if there is one.
I'm pretty sure that it's difficult to dodge unless you are doing all-out defense. And yeah, well,
it's an optional rule, and if you use it, the penalty for multiple is -1.
thank you. I mean, it's wriggling around. I will give it an attempt to fall off in a way that is still not going to, I mean, this may be moot, honestly, considering. I really wish that it would let me adjust things on the roll confirmation. Actually, let's see. It would be able to get that one exactly. But let's see if that even matters. Roll your damage for the one it failed. 9. In that case, that actually, I think that matters, potentially. Very nice. You slash it quite nastily across its chest or something, I presume. It staggers, it weaves, it manages to duck your next swing, and it has not actually gone down.
Well, I'll fix that.
I mean, yes.
Or someone else will.
This is
But,
true.
These
are not quite Mook level, and they are, in fact, using the GURPS ability to roll HT to remain conscious at very low hit point levels. So, Sen, you've moved, you've attacked, you can yell anything if you wish. Otherwise, Ran, you have a chair.
I have a chair. Some see it as an attempt at lion taming, or space lion taming, splion taming. I see it as railgun ammunition.
Lines to the gree.
So I would like to move this chair at speed for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes.
All right.
As hard as I can throw it for 5 hexes.
Well, how much of a penalty would you like to take to your roll?
Let's take a -5.
And we do a round number.
-10.
Want to try the whole of -10 and see if your dice luck holds?
He threw a chair at me.
Yeah.
I want to return the favor.
Okay.
Yes, there is a risk here. We're playing a game.
This is true. And you
Made
made
by
it by
4 with the -10
Yeet.
penalty. Stop healing from my throws.
Okay. I am possibly going to have a secret cap on how much damage you can do. Roll me a, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, approximately 5. And you took the full, roll me 5d6. I do have a secret cap, unfortunately, because the chair will crash under the
Splinter
strain.
and stuff. Yeah, it's called shrapnel. 16.
Yep.
16 points of chair damage.
Well, that
The cap is the health of the chair, isn't it?
yes, the cap is the health of the chair.
The health of the chair should be
So-
0 now. That is what I will it to be.
It certainly is. The health of the chair is 0. The critter in question is knocked down. We'll put a crawling mark on it to keep it distinct.
Is it crawling in its skin?
It is knocked back a hex from the impact.
These wounds, they will
It had
not
enough
heal.
time to barely brace. Yeah, it's had enough time to barely brace, but you know.
Look, anything that comes at me, I throw it back. It came at me, I threw it. The chair came at me, I threw the chair. Would it like to try again? If you throw an
Well, the chair
MRE,
is now-
I might be tempted to change my policy.
You'll keep the memory. Do you wish to move from your location?
No, I'm good where I am. I've got a commanding view of the room.
Yes, you do. Antuxa. Antuxa is going to do life drain on a critter.
The downed one.
On the downed one.
Well, I got the information I wanted from it. Now I need to make sure it doesn't get back up.
That's really quite that's quite reasonable, honestly. Okay, it's resisted. Is that by 6 chance? Nope. Okay. It resists even when unconscious, I'm afraid. Or no, it really doesn't. It does not actually resist. How much are you draining that out of it?
Deals damage equal to contested degree of success.
Okay. It failed. You made it by 1, so I think that's going to be my intent would be for a 1 damage.
Okay.
If that's,
If that's what you're in, I yield to your judgment here.
okay. I need to rephrase that because the way I wrote it is clearly,
Oh, that's probably thoroughly paraphrased.
okay. Take 1 hit point if you needed it.
I didn't.
Okay. It has already made its check, so I will do that later. It will be making another one next.
I just figured with a 17 I might succeed by more than 1.
You would think, normally, but you rolled a 16.
Yes.
Okay. It's a very healthy creature as creatures go. It was resisting the pull somewhat, apparently, despite what the dice say. The rather more damaged now, make your days up. Can you actually do any? Yeah. It's going to crawl away into the pile of chairs and whatnot so far, although it doesn't seem to be stopping there. But it does not have a high amount of move. Next is that one. That one that also needs to make an HT roll to see if it stays up. And it does. It lurches forwards to try to bite Sen. I'm going to assume that it's on the same hex because it could be.
The
But
one
I
of
don't
us
have
most
a way
likely
to-
to parry with a lightsaber is the one it goes for. To bite.
I didn't say they were smart. I said the opposite.
You
in
said the
fact.
opposite of that, yes.
Am I rolling parry?
Well, let's find out if it makes its roll. Yes, you are rolling to parry because it is trying to come and bite you. That would be a success by 5 on your parry is 12.
My lightsaber is 18.
That would do it. That would in fact do it. Do your damage.
Don't bite the lightsaber.
Does it get a chance to dodge that or to realize that it needs to...
The spiciest of churros.
Yes.
Let me go try to. Here are the rules. Aggressive parries. Force swords simply say damages any weapon or body part it parries.
Well, you've heard of the leopards eating faces and whatnot.
It didn't think the lightsaber would eat its face.
Apparently.
I award each of you 1 Cypher System XP. Use them inappropriately.
How it rather horribly has made a health roll. It is, however, I think going to be not doing much useful. It may be able to land a few blind scrabbles on scent.
It's not going to be biting anymore.
No, I don't think it's going to be biting anymore. But it's not dead, astoundingly. Holy criff. So I'm doing basically some HT rolls to see if things perish because it took damage, and it rolled a critical success on its health roll.
Wow.
The one next to Antuxa. Is it going to even be? Long silence as the GM ponders what a crit should do. Okay. Antuxa does not have to dodge if she doesn't want to, because while it has sort of opened its horrible, beady little eyes and is vaguely trying to focus and claw, it has not managed to hit Antuxa whatsoever.
Well, it's nice that you tried, dear.
Sen, you're up. And so, weirdly enough, is the one that you were engaged in attacking.
Well, trying to make a rapid strike worked so well last time.
Okay. Made by 3. Go for it. Is that the... Okay, it's both of them. You have hit them success on both. Roll damage for both.
Oh no. I mean, I'm delighted.
Oh, a puny 11 and a 14. Just for absolute grins, I am actually going to, let's see.
Apparently, I got to the level where you get extra attack.
Apparently. It slumps, and if you wish to tell if it's dead or not, you can make a empathy roll, basically. Your force granted empathic vibes. IQ -3 or any other appropriate force thing to determine whether the life force has drained out of it.
Perception -3.
Yeah, perception -3. Why do I have IQ? I need to fix that.
I like to know that the things I kill are dead. It's on my character sheet.
It's dead. There's
Good.
not really much left of it to not be dead. You shoved it to basically death check 3, and it failed its first attempt.
Wow.
You had not quite gotten to the hamburger state.
Clean up on aisles 1, 2, 3, most of 4. Oh God, what's happened to 5? Why is 5 on fire?
Lightsaber.
Sen, do you wish to be doing any movement before I call upon Ran?
No.
Okay. Ran.
I would like this part of the wall to have a Looney Tunes style imprint of the one that's crawling away.
Okay. What penalty in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 do you wish to take to smack it really hard, really fast?
I want this fight to be over, so I'm going with 10.
Let's see if you make it. This is why you have ungodly skill levels. And you just made it. Okay. But that will... Okay, you moved it 1, 2, 3, I believe, was it?
Yes.
Or 4?
3.
3. Roll 3d6. Damage. 1d per yard moved.
Now I roll
mere
lower.
It should have been the other way around. Tisk.
Well, we'll add that we'll keep that damage with the rest of the damage.
Well, apparently you hit it on a squishy spot because it as you release your hold on it, it basically sort of bounces gently off the wall for some value of gently, leaving a horrible stain on said wall and slumps down. You may determine with force abilities if you think you've killed it or not, per -3.
I believe that's somebody else's job usually.
Oh, all right. Well, if you don't
But
care.
how would I do that?
Are you going roll your perception, which is a secondary attribute.
And you
You
said
know where your basic
-3?
attributes are? -3.
Thank you for letting me know where perception is. I have a history of not finding it. Just made it. Is the Spombie
You
dead?
think that thing's dead. You think the Spomby is dead. Do you wish to move from your location?
If combat is over.
Mm,
I think one of them is
well-
still kicking for some definition of the word kicking.
possibly literally, but its feet are not, thingy. So, do you wish to move from your location?
For now, I'm going to stay here.
And Tuxa.
Well, since I don't consent to be being bitten, especially by you, I think it's time to end this.
Lightning made by 6. And you dodge. No, you cannot. Okay. How much damage are you doing?
4d6.
Roll them. Take any appropriate fatigue. 15. It is twitching. That's all. There's not much it can really do right now. It's twitching.
But I don't get to make my perception roll.
You can make a perception roll if you desire.
Well, you haven't
Make your
said it fell
perception.
over. So,
Oh, it's been lying down. It never got up again.
oh, I thought you said it did.
It started trying to get up and it managed to claw at you. It did not actually
Okay.
stand up.
Gotcha.
It is still lying down. You think it may still be alive. It might even be something approximating conscious because of that crit success it had a while back. It is going to be second by second on that, and it is not going to be standing up, you're pretty sure, or moving.
Well, this one's persistent. Sen, would you like to do the honors?
I'd love to.
Give me a roll and don't crit fail it. Targeted shot. Behead the thing. Or something.
Why is this trying to give me a +2 to something?
Because it's lying down.
I don't. Oh, you gave me a +2.
It does it. I put the status effect lying down on it, and that will, and that makes things do the thing.
How odd! I don't think I targeted it or anything.
Okay, that I don't understand then. The one you were last targeting is also has the lying down effect on it now? Or crawling?
I wasn't clicking on things to.
Made by 8. I think that if you want to behead it, you can behead it or otherwise do a thing that is very much incompatible. Yeah. It is not resisting. You can definitely put your 9 points of lightsaber damage wherever you wish, which I presume is killing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I will end the combat on that. I will status effect. No, I don't want to toggle its visibility. I want to toggle its status to dead. If I have a dead. Okay, there's the dead. The little tiny icons I have to select from. I wish they were bigger. I am going to make some rolls for people. And what are people's? Sen and Tuxa, you feel danger sense. Ran, you feel smug. There's still danger around. But we've been playing for a while, and everything's currently dead in the immediate area, so why don't we take a break?
Well, this is totally unsanitary. They didn't even place the womp rat in a proper receptacle when they were done with it.
Are you sure they're done with it?
There was none of them eating the womp rat at the table. They didn't bus.
Might have been dessert.
Anyway, we're back.
Anyway, you're back. And Tuxa is preparing herself to seethe and regain a bit of energy.
Sen is eyeing the room at large warily.
For grins, everyone give me a hearing roll. Tuxa, success. Ran, success. Zen, success. You all hear from the, map east. What is east and west in a space station anyway? The sound of a door sliding open.
3, 5, 4, thumb. Sorry.
And something steps out. Something humanoid, lit by the glow of a training saber, standing oddly upright compared to the ones that you were messing with. Dressed in what looks like the all too familiar, to at least two of you, ragged acolyte clothes.
Well, hello. You seem to have been through a lot recently.
It also has the same spiky, bald head as the creatures that you've just been fighting.
Oh no, it's a neck. Cool.
I'm sorry, I can't top this. I think I need to pause right there because that is just too good of a pause place. I'm so sorry.
I didn't even hear what
Okay.
was said.
Io said, "Oh no, it's a neck ghoul." Out of character.
Yes.
Actually, if there's anything that anyone wants to do that might or might not dissuade a combat, I should let that happen, but that was just so good.
What Ram would have done in the
Crash.
situation is what Ram just did.
Mm-hmm. Said, hello, you've been through a lot. Zen, sorry. Is there anything that you would like to do? One way or the other?
No.
And Tuxa, you are not getting your seethe necessarily.
Apparently not.
Sorry. And Tuxa turns invisible. It's 8:30. Crash has
An orthodontist
Possible
appointment
school.
tomorrow.
I feel like we should at least pause here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know we just took a break.
The nice thing about this being a hobby is we can change the rules whenever we feel like it.
Also, it's
Also,
late
it's a
night.
cat.
I award you 1 Cypher System XP.
Look away. Look back. Now it's a hut. Look away. Look back. It's a Jawa. Oh no!
I referenced that joke a while back, and no one knew what I was talking about, and I was upset.
That is terrible. My condolences. I don't want to keep
people who
Crash
were
up
old
and
enough to have heard the joke, and they still
just
didn't
blocked
get the
it.
reference.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, you've been saying for the past 3 minutes that we're going to end it.
I think that we should possibly end that because there's a high likelihood of combat, very high, and
we just spent an hour of combat,
mhm.
and then we're going to spend another hour of combat, and combat takes a lot out of you for how quick it's over. But
Yeah.
what this means is we're probably going to need to bring up the fact that Io's mom writes books.
If we're doing a full-on outro, which is honestly fair, yes. Io's mom writes books at elizabethmccoy.com, and Io has been rereading one of them and has told me that they have not, in fact, been visited by the suck fairy, so apparently they still don't suck, which I always worry about because I'm an author, and I ride the roller coaster of, yes, I love reading my own stuff. I love it just way too much, and oh no, what if it's terrible now? What if its time has
if that's
passed? What if it's
true-
become terrible?
If that's true, you should welcome it, because if you look back at your old work and you cringe, it means you have grown in skill and power, and all should look upon your works and despair. But not despair like that. Stop that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I suppose you can find out for yourself by checking them out from, your local library, their ebooks. So you get on like Hoopla, or you ask your library to buy them on Overdrive, and you can find out yourself, and I'll still get paid. And speaking of wonderful finding things out yourself,
Well, Let's see if we can have the outro take long enough that this episode still retains its usual length. We're going well so far.
Oh,
But
no.
also, you can go to aaronbsmith.com/cogwheel to find all of our podcasts, some of which are GM'd by Beth, some of which are GM'd by Ellie, some of them are GM'd by me.
Mhm.
And EOS is text-based, so it's not there yet.
Yet.
Hmm.
Once there's enough of it, then, well.
Yeah, you got to watch those text-based adventures. We have not been told that it's dark and we might be eaten by a grue yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
Don't give me ideas.
The grin on my face will not go away. Oh, by the way, you can also follow us on the Fediverse. It is.aaronbsmith.com/@cogwheel. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming, where you can help us keep the lights on, along with other illustrious patrons, including Ellie, Shen, Walter, Liv Droman, and patron emeritus Cindy.
Before we go,
Hmm?
a belated happy birthday to you.
Yes, my birthday's tomorrow.
Yay!
Oh, Krishna, do I have something for you? I was going to get my brain. Blue screen.
When this goes live, you'll be old. Wait, he said to the youngest
Till
person
next-
in the group.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Until next time, this is Beth saying...
Use your
Wow.
words. Use your words.
Should not-
You had them once.
Maybe. Hopefully. Perhaps. Actually, no, I have a better thing. It's not quite an accurate thing to do, but I do believe... Where's the soundboard?
Oh no.
It's down here. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
And I'm sorry, but that was just too perfect. Oh no, it's a net goal.